brothers, one word.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the one and only Tribal Warrior YouTube channel. And of course, I am the Tribal Warrior, and in today's video we are going to take a look at exactly what the thumbnail and the title says. We will be taking a look at 5 underrated WWE superstars in 2025. Now, 2025 has a stacked roster, so many great superstars. It's from Jade Cargill to LA Knight, Liv Morgan, or up to the big names like Rhea Ripley, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Cody Rhodes, or even John Cena. Now, of course, we all know John Cena. John Cena is not underrated. Sami Zayn, he is underrated, okay? So we'll see the comparing between them two. Roman Reigns, he's definitely not underrated. Cody Rhodes, not underrated. Gunther, not underrated. But who is underrated? We're going to take a look at 5 superstars who compete on the main roster that are underrated, in my opinion. So out of the 5 superstars, 3 of these superstars compete on Monday Night Raw, and 2 of the superstars compete on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, we won't be including NXT in this video because, in my opinion, NXT, I would call it a brand, but some people call it a developmental brand, and most of WWE signings go straight to NXT. So a lot of people there would most likely be underrated. Now, I'm not saying everybody, because there's names in NXT like Ricky Saints, Mariah May, Trick Williams. They're definitely evenly, properly rated, okay? So we're going to get started on the video now and take a look at these 5 superstars I think are underrated. If you don't think they're underrated, let me know why. Comment down below. The comment section is open. Comment there. I have 5 superstars. You think which ones I have chose wrongly or correctly, or maybe even tell me some superstars you think belong in this video. So up first, we have Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has evolved into one of the greatest storytellers in WWE history, from his days as the underdog in NXT to his honorary Uso role in the Bloodline saga. Sami has proven that there can be emotional side to him, as he has a huge heart and intensity. His in-ring work is unmatched, blending physical skill with genuine character work that lets the WWE Universe get invested to him and everything he does. The crowd's response at Elimination Chamber 2023 in Canada was proof that Sami Zayn can actually be a main event player. Sami Zayn has been booked as a side character or a comedy guy in the WWE rather than a long-term main event player. While he's held the Intercontinental Championship and Tag Team Gold, he's rarely viewed by the WWE as a future world champion. This is a shame because Sami Zayn has showed time and time again that he can really compete. The peak of Sami Zayn's career was being involved in the Bloodline or facing Roman Reigns for the WWE title, or maybe even defeating Gunther at WrestleMania. However, this year, Sami Zayn has been underestimated and not used as much as much on Monday Night Raw. There have been talks and rumors regarding Sami Zayn potentially winning the 2025 Men's King of the Ring final. Zayn's next match in the tournament will be against last year's runner-up and WWE legend, Randy Orton. If Sami wins this match, he will advance to the final, which will be huge. If Sami wins the final, he will go to face the champion of his current brand, which is Monday Night Raw, and face the current champion, which is currently the Ring General, Gunther, who recently defeated Jey Uso to become World Heavyweight Champion. So, of course, the final will be held in Saudi Arabia. Of course, Sami Zayn, he's loved in Saudi. Sami loves that country, so he's a huge favorite to be there, and I won't be surprised if he will get to the final. This is a huge opportunity for Sami Zayn, as he can be pushed into the main event scene again, as he has already defeated Gunther before, so WWE, please push Sammy more, because I know I've said it, he's already been an IC champion, a tag team champion, one of the greatest superstars to ever come out of NXT. He has been on that run before, but it's honestly only in that mid card scene. We've seen Ricochet, his work in WWE. He was great in that mid card scene. He was fantastic in NXT. Then he got to the main roster, kind of slowed down. He was like great on the mid roster. He was Intercontinental Champion, but he kind of died down, and now he obviously doesn't work with the company anymore. And now he's Sammy. He was great in the mid card scene, but I want WWE to push him. And I know there's people out there who are Sami Zayn fans and would love to see Sami Zayn as a world champion one day. So maybe he could possibly get that done at SummerSlam if he wins the King and Queen of the Ring tournament final, and then potentially face Gunther. From the genius storyteller in Sami Zayn to the natural star you love to hate in Logan Paul. Logan Paul has no business being this good at professional wrestling, and yet here we are. From his first match at WrestleMania to his fantastic Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank performances, Logan Paul has displayed a level of athleticism, timing, and commitment that takes most wrestlers years to master. He brings a unique energy to every match, blending his internet persona with his WWE character. In an era where part-timers often mail it in, Logan Paul shows up, trains hard, and delivers at a high level. Still, many fans dismiss him because of his YouTube work outside of the WWE. Logan Paul is passing expectations and holding his own legacy within the WWE. He's not just a YouTuber. He's evolving into one of the most reliable big match performers on the roster. Even if you don't like Logan Paul, you have to admit he's a phenomenal pro wrestler. Earlier this year at WWE's biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, Logan Paul fought AJ Styles in a great match, as he even got the win. Logan Paul even teamed up with the greatest of all time and record-breaking 17-time WWE champion, John Cena. And yet, Logan Paul is still underrated. People may say just because you fought big guys or wrestled legends or maybe even competed at WrestleMania, it doesn't mean you're good. Logan Paul, in my opinion, is a great superstar, and I love his work in the WWE. I get he's the guy we're meant to boo and hate, and I get that. When he comes on the screen, I play a part in that. I boo him. However, you have to admit, when he gets into the ring to compete, he's a sensation. Every match is fantastic. He's already fought the likes of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. That's more championship opportunities than some superstars on the roster. Logan Paul has even teamed up with guys like John Cena, as I mentioned, or The Miz. Logan Paul is really the greatest. He could be the future of the industry. He is an eye to watch. Keep your eye out for Logan Paul, because obviously we've heard history from him on YouTube, the negative stuff that's happened there, but now he's turned his life around to WWE, as he still makes vlogs every Wednesday on YouTube. Just because he can be the guy you hate and boo, it doesn't mean he's a bad character. And I get it. Some people may say that some other superstars deserve championship opportunities, maybe like Drew McIntyre. But Logan Paul is out here getting matches against Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I understand that. But you have to admit, he's a great wrestler. And hands down, you cannot just put hate on his name for no reason. I don't get why there's people out here just hating on him for literally nothing. So, in my opinion, Logan Paul is massively underrated. He's very underestimated as well. So with that being said, I'm not looking to see Logan Paul become world champion or WWE champion soon. I would be a bit mad if he did. However, you have to admit, as I said multiple times, he's really great and he could potentially be the future of the industry. Third on my list is the technically gifted wrestling magician, Chad Gable. Chad Gable is arguably one of the most technically gifted wrestlers in WWE that the WWE has ever produced. A former Olympian and tag team specialist, Gable brings a rare mix of IQ and explosive athleticism. Whether he's putting on show stealers with the likes of Gunter or El Higo del Vikingo, or leading the American Maid with Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers, Chad consistently delivers in-ring excellence. His suplexes are fantastic and satisfying. His moves are smooth, and he treats his matches with, and his matches are filled with intensity. Gable has this skill that could set as a future world champion, but he's rarely treated like one. Part of the reason he's underrated in his role is because he's kind of a comedic figure. While his thank you catchphrase is over with the fans, it can sometimes overshadow just how elite he is between the ropes. WWE has been very slow to give him a proper singles push. Despite fans pushing for it after his instant classic matches, for example, his match at Worlds Collide against El Higo del Vikingo, Chad Gable is more than just a tag team guy. He has all the tools and he can be a major singles player. Another reason he's underrated is due to the hate of his alter ego, you may call him, El Grande Americano. Although it can be funny, sometimes many people despise the character. A few weeks ago, Gable defeated both AJ Styles and CM Punk. Now, this wasn't Chad Gable defeating AJ Styles and CM Punk. This was El Grande Americano. If it was Chad Gable, the hate would be less. But since the Americano, there's been a lot of more hate. This is kind of outrageous. Gable, he shows each and every week why he deserves to be the next Kurt Angle or Bryan Danielson. I would love to find out if Chad Gable likes this El Grande Americano character himself, because by the looks of it, if I was a superstar and people hated my alter ego or whatever, I wouldn't want to have it, because there's literally no point in having it. I guess the gimmicks is okay. I've heard people saying that Triple H enjoys the gimmick, that he thinks it's fun. Just because you think it's fun, the whole WWE universe doesn't enjoy it. And when I say the whole WWE universe, I don't mean every person in the world. There are people that like it, but the majority of people despise it. So I'm here to say that Chad Gable is underrated mainly because of his El Grande Americano character. Gable, he barely even gets world championship opportunities. Loads of people wanted him to defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, and it never happened. It came down to be Sami Zayn. So we really need a push for Chad Gable. The fourth superstar I have here today is the underrated Uso, Jimmy Uso. For years, Jimmy Uso was seen as one half of the legendary Usos tag team, always entertaining but never the standout. That all changed when the Bloodline storyline put him in the spotlight. Since then, Jimmy has stepped up in a few ways people kind of found unexpected. He's delivered emotionally charged promos, made unpredictable character choices, and brought real motion to his persona. His betrayal of Roman Reigns and later his twin brother Jey Uso added dramatic tension that fans didn't see coming. Jimmy isn't just the other twin anymore. He's his own character with his own story worth of telling. Still, he often gets overshadowed by Jey Uso's breaking out of success, his twin brother's success. Jey was the emotional center of the Bloodline for a long time, and then went out to hold the Intercontinental Championship, followed by a World Championship. While Jey's on Raw and Jimmy's on Friday Night SmackDown. Jimmy's on SmackDown, and he's kind of a slow character. The WWE isn't booking him like his brother. The WWE is treating his character badly by putting him in random matches. Jimmy hasn't had a 5-star standout matches like Jay has had. WWE needs to start pushing Jimmy as he still has to reach his full potential in the WWE. I don't get why the WWE push one brother and not the other. Rikishi's probably gone mad. I won't be surprised. They're barely treating him like his brother, as I mentioned. If Jay gets the IC title, which he already has, why don't we see Jimmy hold the US title? And it would make a lot of sense. Storytelling, family versus family, Jacob Fatu versus Jimmy Uso. Like, I don't get it. It is quite confusing in my brain, and I honestly am so confused. I want to see Jimmy Uso get pushed. He can be the exact same as his brother. Jay's not on this list because he's former world champion, IC champion. He's so over with the fans, the whole yeeting thing, the ones, like, he is so great. But Jimmy wouldn't be on this list if he was like his brother. Now, I don't mean the exact same, the whole same storyline as his brother. Just change a few things up, obviously, but treat him the same the way they did with Jay. And of course, I have people named certain names on this list. I have 5 superstars. We've already been through Sami Zayn. I called him the genius storyteller. We've called Logan Paul the natural star you love to hate, or Chad Gable the technical wrestler, while Jimmy is the underrated Uso. And he's not just the twin brother. He's not just the other brother. He's not just the other Uso. He's somebody. He is Jimmy Uso, and he can really make success in the future. I don't know how old Jimmy is. I think he's around, 40 years old, and there are these superstars that's coming onto the scene. The new superstars like Braun Breaker, Roxanne Perez, Trick Williams. These guys are young. These are prepared to be future WrestleMania main eventers, while Jimmy has had a whole career. Mainly his tag team run back in 2016, or now he's slowing down, and I don't want this to be the end of Jimmy. I don't want his career to end with these boring matches. I want him to get better. Better. Put him in matches. They should have put him in Money in the Bank. Something to make him stand out. I don't remember Jimmy Uso's last PLE. It was probably the Royal Rumble when he competed in the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Can you even remember a main spot where Jimmy stood out in the Royal Rumble? Can you? Where his brother, he actually won the whole Royal Rumble. I don't know if I'm the one just questioning myself. Maybe I'm just waffling, but I really think that Jimmy Uso deserves more. Let me know your thoughts. And now, onto our final superstar. We've talked about the people like Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Logan Paul, and a second ago, Jimmy Uso. Now, I've saved the best to last. Have you ever opened a present in your life, or a gift, and there was more than one present? Maybe when you were younger, you were opening Christmas presents, if you did celebrate Christmas, and there's about, let's say there's 3 presents left, and there's kind of a small one, another small one, but then there's the big one. You would tend to open the small one first, and then leave the best to last. And now what I've done today is left what you could say is the best. I've left the best to last, which is the dark horse. The dark character. This, out of all of the superstars on my list, is the most underrated. Now, if I had to pick if I probably thought of every professional wrestler in the WWE, every wrestler, it could be every commentator, everyone that works in WWE. If someone told me name an underrated wrestler, first person to come to my mind is this man you see in front of you, the Dark Horse, Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross brings something unique to WWE's current landscape. A dark presence that feels both intimidating and threatening. With Scarlett by his side, his presentation screams big time star. The entrance, the aura, the intensity, it's all there. In NXT, he was a dominant champion who felt like a true threat, with a style that mixed raw power and mind games. But make no mistake, Cross still has potential. His recent promos and backstage moments with Sami Zayn has shown flashes of the killer instinct that made him stand out in his days in NXT. WWE just hasn't given him much storytelling or standout feuds that let him thrive. Cross offers something memorable. With a better creative direction, he could be a terrifying main event level heel. He remains one of the most underutilized and underrated talents on the roster. Even if WWE push him as a heel, most of the IWC push him as a babyface. Even if he is a heel on TV, people love him as a babyface character, as there's whole moments standing out, as many people want him to be pushed because everybody knows he truly is underrated. Ever since the We Want Truth movement worked in the WWE, the WWE Universe has started the hashtag Push Karrion Kross and the hashtag We Want Cross movement, as Karrion Kross is seriously underrated and deserves more in the WWE. If any of you guys follow me on Twitter or X, you may have seen one of my posts, and I was tweeting about it, and I was saying the WWE need to push Karrion Kross. I was posting that on my X, and believe it or not, WWE wrestler, the Dark Horse, the one I'm talking about now, Karrion Kross, liked my post. Yes, WWE wrestler Karrion Kross liked my post, so he knows it himself. He needs to be pushed. And out of all the superstars on my list, Karrion Kross, he needs to be pushed. John Cena was on SmackDown or Monday Night Raw the other day. He was talking about the Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars. And of course he said, John Cena. And believe it or not, John Cena. If there is a Mount Rushmore of underrated superstars, it would probably be Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross. He really needs to be pushed, as he can literally be that main event character. I don't see why he can't be. I don't get if it's creative not doing it or Karrion Kross denying the opportunities. I just really think that Karrion Kross can be a future world champion, a future WWE champion. Maybe he could even defeat the likes of Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. I can't remember the last match Karrion Kross had. As of my knowing right now, he's just having some boring matches on WWE main event. And when he does come out, he's getting pops. The WWE Universe is chanting for him on main event. This is not good. We need him on Monday Night Raw. We need him more. He's honestly one of my favorite wrestlers. And I'm not just saying to push him because he's my favorite wrestler. It's because he can't deliver. I don't know how much I need to stress this. I'm repeating myself again and again because I want to make all of you understand that Karrion Kross needs to be pushed. And I do understand this hashtag push Karrion Kross and hashtag we want Kross. WWE, Triple H, or even TKO. How about listen to us? That's what I got to say. So with that being said, that is all I've got to talk about in today's video, guys. There are 5 superstars who I think are underrated and need to be pushed in the WWE. As I just mentioned, the Dark Horse, Karrion Kross. The underrated Uso, Jimmy Uso. The technical wrestling magician, Chad Gable. The natural star, you love to hate, Logan Paul. And the genius storyteller, the Canadian Sami Zayn. They are 5 superstars I think need to be pushed in the WWE and I think are seriously underrated. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you in the next video. And with that being said, you know how it goes. Remember to always, always stay tribal.
You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming on the stars.